Hi everybody, welcome. It's
Hello.
Scarlet, Peace, Self-Sufficiency. Lily has Mookie. What are we doing today, Lil?
This is a colour of truffles, actually.
What are we doing?
We have a saddle pad and we're about to start saddling her. But first we need to get the saddle pad on her and see how she does with that. And because I've desensitized with the rope, this is basically the same thing for her. So with me just swinging it about there, I can see she wasn't bothered with it, so I just chuck it on her back.
See, in the olden days when I didn't do natural horsemanship, I did my own thing by putting an association with a bucket of food and the saddle pad, bucket of food and the saddle, bucket of food, and I'd lean across her back. So it would always be associated with good things. So I would always then in the end sit on the horse while she was eating her dinner. And then I'd go take the horse for a hand graze and jump on her back then. But Lily is very into natural horsemanship and Lily's own little special ways. And this is how we do it now. But I suppose my way wasn't too bad, was it, Lil?
No, it just doesn't really get the horse desensitized to the idea. It's still
Well, she just ignored it.
up with it and focusing on the food, sort of. Easy life, whereas this way you get all the fright out of the horse.
If you're wondering what the strange noises are, what are you eating down there? You strange doggy woggies.
So what I like to do with saddle pads, put them on a horse's head and sort of blind them a bit. And then they learn to follow you. That's my own theory, sort of. So then the horse completely relies on you to get itself out of the stake.
Interesting theory, child. Interesting.
Yeah, she's still touchy about areas. It's there, but it's more work with them. There she is, nearly rearing.
I thought she was about to, the way she moved her knees before she did it. If you have a look in the if you have a look, guys, and you can put it in the comments, do you spot the moment the horse is telling us she's about to rear? I spotted it. Lily didn't quite spot the earliest point because she was too close in on the horse.
I
But
thought she was just trying to run into me a bit, and that's when I corrected her, and then she got panicked a bit.
So see if you can spot the moment where the horse tells us what she's going to do.
Good girl. It's also good getting her ready for blinkers as well. She's going to be a carriage pony. She's not sure about that, bless her, but she's being good about it.
It's getting her to trust you with whatever you do because she knows it's not going to hurt. There's a slight communication from her then about a rear. Did you see it? There was a slight threat, but she held herself together then. Now she's forgotten about it being on her back completely, look, because she's had other things to think about. Now, one of the natural horsemanship trainers I had, he would put an old saddle on and make sure it always fell off the ground. Start again. He would put it on and he would always make sure it fell off onto the ground, because that's the worst thing that can happen when the horse is stood still and you're putting it on her. It can slip off if it's some idiots put it on the wrong way. So showing the horse it falls to the ground and the horse mustn't move when it falls to the ground is a good idea.
Also resemble a child falling to the ground as well.
Could do. Anything can happen.
And now I'm just going to get the rope and tie it around her belly as it were. And get her to lunge.
drop it round behind her hips and see whether she has a problem with that again, because she didn't like that last time.
Good girl. She's straight away learned that stopping gets her out of trouble. It's a very good habit for her to get. Okay, now I'm going to tie it round her. Got no problem with the girth, don't there? She's slowly learning how. There's a lot more work with her head though, she's still head shy. Let's get the saddle.
The saddle is next.
Okay, I'm going to do what you said and pull it off first. You go like that. No problem here, Milky? Got a nice sheepskin saddle pad here. Right. Thank you.
A little leather
First
saddle
saddle,
pad.
treat this. These things can be a bit nasty here, so you need to make sure you've got a nice pad underneath. Because we've got them there. It's not a particularly well made one, but it'll do for the job for now. Yeah. And as we've done the same thing with the saddle pad, it's basically the same thing to her, so she's not worried about it. It's just a different colour. Now she's avoiding it. A little bit something like that. Good girl. That's alright. Girth, please.
Do we have a girth that fits, I wonder?
Yes, I sold the girth that was smaller than that one, so I'm hoping one of these will do. Yeah.
Let's have a look at it next to her. Just put it down halfway point.
Yeah.
No.
This is Lucky's girth. I think that's too big for her. Oh no. Lovely.
And you see the girth dangling down is just the same as the rope was dangling down. I think you need to correct your sheepskin number thing, because it's twisted down on longer on one side.
I think just a few hours ago, she was worried about me and now.
I wonder if that's why Hungarians put bells around their foals' necks, to get them used to jingles of tack. It's always the kidney area that lets her down.
Yeah, I'm hoping she won't be cold backed. But if I do a good job starting her, it might not be a problem.
She's got a cock leg. It's showing us she's relaxed, and the saddle pad's about to fall off. which you've already desensitized her to anyhow, so it doesn't matter if it does. Time to tighten the girth up, or put it on.
And the first time you tighten it, you don't want to put it tight.
But you don't want it so loose that it will end up around her udder and belly, but you have desensitized her to that sensation by putting the rope there already. So if it did slip, we might have a bit of a buck or two.
What is wrong with you? This girth fits lucky.
Yes, but those girth straps are much, much higher up. You're going to need a much bigger girth.
Yes. Can you go get me Lucky's string girth?
Yes, dear. The groom's off now. I'll just go and get the string girth.
Actually, I'll come with you and have a look.
Will you?
What's bigger than this one? Big girl.
Walkies!
I wasn't going to bring her.
So we're back with another girth. So we're starting again, getting her used to the saddle pad. And the little pony pad.
Check there's nothing nasty on her girth.
We've got a bigger girth, which is probably going to be too long now. We shall see.
I don't think so.
That's very white. Remember, she's not had white things on her before, so let her see it. I've just remembered I've got a stainless steel box in aluminium flight box with a load of girths in if that's too big or too small.
Yeah, you've only got bigger ones there. Should be fine for now. Good girl. Alright then. You want to have a sniff at that? These string girths do work, by the way. Just for a review on the video.
Yeah.
They're meant to stop girth sores, and they do.
Hmm.
Yeah, Lucky always gets terrible girth sores since when using this. They're not terrible, but she used to get them.
Has that stopped it completely?
But you need to get a nice quality one because hers is lesser quality to this one. And the buckles have gone rusty on it and the fabrics coming loose. And pressure washing girths in saddle pads is a very good way to clean it.
Hmm.
Good girl.
And she's already been used to something tightened around her tummy. And moved around on her back, and I would suggest there'll be another tightening in that.
She's thinking about anything. You see she's holding herself together a bit. So once I ask her to move, I need to step back.
Well, I actually wouldn't ask her to move. I'd ask her to do something she's good at now. So she's going to forget that something's on her back.
She's good at lunging.
So straight away, you need to give her something to think about.
Yeah, she doesn't seem that bothered to it.
I've never seen such a brilliant pirouette as she's got.
Good luck, isn't it? Make a nice little dressage pony that.
She's just blown out, so the girth's going to be looser.
No, not really.
And now the ideal thing to do, once she's got any bucks out of her, is take her for a walk with it on.
If you've got a really nasty cheek saddle, best thing you can do, meant to be, I've never done it.
Is stick it on the horse and leave it on. Yeah, I've seen people do that. I don't like it. I don't like that.
It depends what type of saddle you've got.
Yeah, but it's just like it will think it's got a lion stuck to its back and got to get used to it. This way, oops, don't fall in the mud. This way you're there, you're teaching her, you're achieving something. You're not just getting them with it stuck on. I don't know, maybe there's people in the...
Be happy about it first.
Yeah,
Then
but...
they get used to it being part of their body and nothing that flaps bothers them. I don't think it's very necessary, but it's another way of doing things.
Yeah, maybe people would like to comment on your thoughts on that. I prefer to be involved when it's on the horse's back, so go for a walk, give it food, connect it to something else, not just connect it to being attached at all times and left with it. You don't know what's happened. At some point, with that horse with a saddle on its back, left in a stable or wherever people leave them, it could get and frighten itself by rubbing it against the wall. It could get a hoof stuck and undo itself again, but you'd never know it even happened, so the horse could create a problem for itself. And that, I don't like that idea. Comment, let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm wrong, I've never used it, and I know people that have used it. I also know another trainer that would put a saddle on and a bit in and side reins and leave the horse for days with it on. So all day long the horse will be walking around the stable yard with side reins, a bit attached to the...
I like the idea of the side reins just dragging about it and not attached to the bit. But then you can get tangled up.
No, the side reins were attached to the saddle and the horse would just walk around with its head all the time tight, learning to take itself out of the bit by relaxing into the perfect outline is what this trainer was doing. So the only place the horse would get freedom from the bit was just putting its head in the perfect curve. So it would get a bit of a bad neck ache, I think.
Slightly smaller girth. Nearly go up one hole more.
She's a bit annoyed now, you can see in her eye, but she's putting up with it. You got to be careful when you tighten it up that there's not a bite aimed at your bottom.
Yeah.
Because a mare can get annoyed and resentful quite easily. I think they get worse than boys do.
Don't know about stallions. Stallions can get a bit resentful, can't they? There's a good girl.
So that's her with her first saddle on.
We'll go for a bit of a walk now.
Yes, I was going to say that is the thing to do now. So we'll go for a little walk.
And I'm going to get her cantering as well.
Are you?
She wants a little drink first. Good girl. No?
No, she doesn't want a drink. So let's go.
Good girl.
And she picks her legs up beautifully.
I think it's the long grass that's making you do that more so then.
Changing direction, lesson well learned. As I say, doing something she already knows, even though she's got the saddle on.
Yeah, you don't want to start something new when they're just learning about that. Alright then. I guess I'll have a shorter grass now.